What's going on, gamers? The Red Dragon here, and we are near the end. Yes, this is the level Movements in From Dust. Now, a lot of people have asked for this one. They said this is by far the hardest one that they've encountered. So we're going to get right to work and see if we can work our way through this. And if you're watching this, then obviously we passed. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is go ahead and send the people to the closest totem pole, and I'm going to actually move all these water plants, because what's going to happen is it's going to rain, it's going to flood, and those water plants do not help. But if you move those, you're going to be able to survive the first flood. So there you go, a little hint right there. Next thing I want to do is I want to immediately start moving these explosive barrels. Yeah, I know y'all get tired of me saying barrels. I know they're explosive plants, but I think somebody pointed out that yes, I've been playing too many first-person shooter games, and yes, I'm just used to shooting exploding barrels, not exploding plants. So I'm going to set those all the way around that left-hand side, because there's nothing really over on that side, so I would prefer that the lava flow over there. So I'm going to try to direct it. It's not going to work perfectly, but it's going to help a little bit. Here's the flood. It's like I said, this is going to be the first flood that you encounter. You're going to be able to survive that because you didn't have any of those water plants there. I believe that's what caused it, because I'm pretty sure the first time I tried this I did get flooded out. Next, I am going to use the sand that's along the edges. Don't use lava, because if you use lava up close, then that's just going to set your village on fire. So be sure that you use the sand to go ahead and make a bridge over to where the fire and lava keystone is, and that's going to keep your village from being burned up. And this is the most critical thing you can possibly have on this map, because otherwise it's going to be impossible for you to not get burned up. So what I'm going to do now is use the Amplify to pick up as much lava as I can. I'm going to try to set up a little barrier to stop the lava flow, not to protect my, or well, I guess to protect my base until that guy gets back. But you'll see right here, I'm going to try to make a little wall, just something going where it'll stop that lava flow, where my guys can get out of that little area. So I'm just going to keep on using Amplify. Remember that tip that I told you, that was told to me by a guy in the comment section. Turn on Amplify, grab what you need, and then turn it off. And then that's going to allow you to get a lot more use out of it. So you'll see that I'm just sitting here. I'm trying to build up a little barrier. And then I'm going to go ahead and send those guys to that particular totem pole over here. For some reason it wouldn't let me do that first time around. So now they're on their way walking over, and while they're walking over, I'm just going to spend all this time just still working on this wall. I've got nothing else I can be working on because from what I understand, you can only send a group to one totem pole at a time. Otherwise, I would be sending them to every single totem pole at this point. But I want to get that particular one because that's going to give me Evaporate, and it's going to help me get through any more floods that come down. So you see my guys are working around. That lava's still flowing over here on the side, so I'm going to try to block that off to try to get that to stop flowing. But as soon as my guys get back over here, I'm going to be good to go, except for being sure that I get that lava keystone back over to that base over there. So I'm just going to continuously work on this wall. It's imperative to stop this lava flow, and I just want to try to work this like I said in the beginning with those explosive plants. This was the intent, to try to get the lava flow going out in this direction. I want to be sure to build up this wall again, because once they set that village, it's going to set some vegetation around, and I don't want it catching on fire, at least not until we get that keystone over here. Once we get that, I really don't care where lava is. It can be anywhere, all over the map. And if you've played this, you know that eventually, yes, we do get there. So let's see. Let me answer a few of the questions that some of you may have. Some people were asking, when does it come out for PlayStation 3 and PC? Well, it comes out for the PC I believe, in August, and I believe it's coming out for the PlayStation Network sometime in September. I don't know if they have an exact date. When they do, if you're subscribed to my channel, which you should be, I will put up a gamer brief or some type of news video letting you know when this is coming out, because this is an awesome game and I want you guys to be able to share in it. So now that we've got this totem pole, we do have evaporate. So anytime you see a flood coming, anytime that little icon's running and then showing you that water's coming down, go ahead and use your evaporate, and it will last longer than the actual flood. So you're going to have plenty of time. So you're not going to have to worry about water from here on out, okay? Now that we've used up all the evaporate, you see that all the water is gone. So we're going ahead and sending a bunch of villagers to that other totem pole back there that was surrounded by water. That's going to give us infinite earth, so that's the next one that we want to get. And it's imperative that you get these in this order, and you'll understand why here in a little bit. Again, I'm going to move these water plants out of the way, but there was really no reason for me to move these, I don't think. I guess I was just bored. Not really sure. But all right, some more questions. All right, so let's see. Somebody asked, where can I get the free trial? Well, if you're on Xbox, you should be able to go to your dashboard and find From Dust under Game Demos, and you'll be able to download a demo. Remember, it's not on the PlayStation or the PC yet. All right, so here we are. The entire volcano is awakening. I've got infinite earth right now. I'm going to use the Amplify to try to get as much as possible, and I'm just trying to save this village until that guy gets there. You see, he's getting pretty close, and I played this a couple of times. This is the first time I actually went on ahead and beat it, but there you go. I built it up enough to where that guy had enough time to get there. Now this village is completely saved, so fire, lava, not going to bother it anymore. Now I'm going to get back over here. Again, as soon as this Amplify comes up, I'm going to start using it because I need to save this city as well. This is the only city that I don't have, so I'm cutting it really close. But I'm just going to use up every single bit I can to try to save this. Now, the first time I did this and I ran with this, and you'll see we've got a fire started. And the way I extinguish fires is just by grabbing up the vegetation and everything into a ball. And that kind of kills everything, and so that ended up working. And you'll see the lava's kind of stopped right now, but I haven't. I'm gonna keep on going, building this up until that guy gets there, who's going to show the keystone for the lava, which will save this city as well. So as I was saying, this is the second time I played this, but this is the first time I actually went on ahead to continue to beat it. And the first time around when I did this, I didn't have this much trouble. I didn't cut it this close. This one I cut it pretty close, which I guess that's good for you guys because you guys get to see how to combat that if you run into that. But hopefully you'll have a little bit more time than what I did. Don't lollygag around, move as quickly as possible. So you see right now it's looking pretty grim. I mean, there's lava everywhere, and it's not going to stop for quite a little while. I've got very little vegetation, so you're probably thinking at this point, if you've played this, how in the world do you get 100% vegetation? How do you get past all this? Well, this was the hard part. Once you're here, you can sit back and basically relax because you've got it home free, all right? So what we're going to do is pretty much just wait, because what I have found is that after so long, all the lava just disappears, it sucks up. Eventually this volcano stops spewing stuff out, and we're going to be able to sit there and use the infinite earth and the Amplify breath, be able to cover all of our land, and be able to get the 100% vegetation. But it's just going to take a lot of waiting. Again, anytime a flood comes, use the evaporate. Don't play around with that water, because your towns will get flooded out, and once they're flooded out, then you're going to be susceptible to fire again because you're going to lose all your villagers and all that. So use the evaporate, and here what we're going to do, we're just going to wait. And I'm going to fast forward, and here we are. This is probably about 3 to 4 minutes in, okay? So I just left it in this one spot. I got up, you know, took me a bathroom break, fixed me a cup of ice cream, came back. 3 to 4 minutes later, here we are, and this is pretty much clearing out. We have another flood. Again, I'm using evaporate, but now since all the lava is disappearing and drying up, I'm going ahead and going out to start placing all this sand all over the map in order to get this 100% vegetation going. And that's it, guys. That's all there is to this map. So a lot of people probably, I'm sure, you know, freaked out. They saw all the lava, so they reset their game. I hope not. And you know, tried several different things, and there's probably several different ways to beat this mission. Again, every single mission that I've shown you, there's a ton of different ways you can beat it, and I just showed you one way. Alright, so when you pick this game up, you can go back and you can try different ways. But on this particular map, patience. Alright, just sit it out, and eventually this will all dry up, and you're going to be sitting really good. Right now I've got all this sand done out around here, and I'm just waiting on that vegetation to grow. And of course, just place the sand out close to things that are already growing. It's just going to attach itself, and it'll grow, and eventually you'll get there. So please, guys, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you would like this video, you would comment on it, subscribe if you haven't already, share it with your friends, and tell your friends about this game. Tell them to go pick this up. And let's see, we've still got a bunch of challenge modes, and I just now took a look at the challenge screen, and man, there's a lot of challenges. So I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do that yet. I'm gonna do one or two and just kind of see how it goes. To even see if it's worth a video. You guys may not be even interested in that. I don't know. But you know, my channel, I'll take this moment to tell you a bit about my channel. I do a little bit of everything. I do first-person shooters. I do a lot of first-person shooters. I do gaming news, and I do some strategy games. It's usually all on Xbox, but you know, a lot of these games that are on PlayStation or PC, if they're on all systems, they're all about the same. Alright, so as far as the gameplay goes, any tips or strategies, a lot of times will go on over, and you can use it. So that's why you should subscribe whether you have an Xbox or not. So there we go, guys. We have one more level to go. A lot of people have been asking, is there a sandbox mode? I have heard that the last level is pretty much a sandbox. But remember, all of these levels you can go back and you can play at any time, and you can come back in at the end of the mission. So therefore, it's kind of like a sandbox because you've already completed everything, so there you can just play with whatever you want. But I hear the last level is kind of a sandbox, but we'll find out because I will throw up a video for the last level. We've come this far. What good would it do for us not to finish it up? All right. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care.